This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Leo Inc., Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.
Hello everyone. Whether this is your first or 50th time watching, thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of the LCTV News. We are more headline heavy this week with stories covering the spectrum, from nonprofit collaborations to state announcements. Learn more about how you can get involved in the city when we highlight the 2025 Shoe City series on the Lowdown. With that, let's jump right into the news for Friday, April 18th, 2025. Two Lynn men were arrested and arraigned Friday, April 11th, in connection with the deadly shooting on High Street, which left a 35-year-old dead. According to the Lynn Police and Essex County District Attorney's Office, Brian Rivera, 36, has been charged with murder, while Michael Constable, 35, is charged with accessory after the fact. Both men were arraigned in Lynn District Court last Friday and pled not guilty. According to police, the men were involved in an argument in the parking lot of 33 High Street when Rivera allegedly pulled a handgun and shot him at close range. Two suspects fled the scene but were quickly apprehended by the LPD. The victim received medical attention and CPR at the scene but was pronounced dead at Salem Hospital just before midnight. Rivera faces a laundry list of additional charges, including carrying a firearm without a license, discharging a firearm within 500 feet of a building, possession of ammunition without an FOID card, and 3 counts of drug possession. He was ordered held without bail. Meanwhile, Constable was cited for a municipal knife ordinance violation with bail set at $100,000. Rivera is due back in court on May 9th, with Constable the next week on the 18th. The Khmer New Year is just over a week away, so the Lynn Center held their annual flag-raising ceremony at City Hall last Friday the 11th, complete with speeches from local officials and several performances in the foyer before the group moved outside to raise the flag.
On April 11th, the City of Lynn held a flag-raising ceremony in honor of the Khmer New Year. Lynn Center organized this event that featured speeches from elected officials, performances, and the raising of the Cambodian flag in front of City Hall.
Raising the Khmer flag in honor of the Khmer New Year, the year of the state. This moment represents more than just a celebration. It is a symbol of strength, unity, and deep respect between the City of Lynn and the Khmer community. It reminds us that we are seen, valued, and welcome.
I want to wish everyone a happy New Year, and this is our 16th anniversary of celebration here, and this City Hall is our home, and we all welcome at any time.
I look forward to this time of year every year for many reasons. Excited for the change in weather, to be able to get outside. One thing that I also always look forward to are these Khmer New Year celebrations.
Monks from the Lynn Khmer Temple offered a blessing, followed by a prayer from the pastor of Living Fields Church, and the Kakrona dance group performed a traditional dance, which translates to "in the best of times." this was all done inside, those gathered headed outside to raise the Cambodian flag. The community is invited to a bigger celebration as the annual New Year Festival takes place on Lynn Common from 10 to 5 on Saturday, April 26. For LCTV News, I'm Riley.
The Rainbow Pride Coalition, a collection of 14 pride organizations and entities based on the North Shore and Merrimack Valley, have released a statement in support of the transgender community. Quoting directly from the letter, "To all our friends in the transgender community, we firmly believe that transgender people are valid and deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. We urge everyone to listen to the experiences of transgender people, challenge discriminatory attitudes, and advocate for their rights," end quote. As anti-trans bills continue to be introduced throughout the country, the Rainbow Pride Coalition wants transgender people to know they are supported and that there are resources available if they need help. This includes finding a community, creating their own family, and taking care of themselves both physically and mentally. The full letter will be posted on lyntv.org and United Lynn Pride's social media. The North Shore Juneteenth Association held their annual Black Excellence 5K last Saturday the 12th. Despite the soggy weather, a large crowd showed up to support the cause. There were pictures all along the race of prominent African American leaders as a celebration of diversity, representation, and community impact. All money raised goes towards NSJA for future programming and to help them fulfill their mission of spreading positive aspects of Black American culture. Essex County District Attorney Paul Tucker was at the Democus YMCA on Monday, April 14th, to present a sponsorship for 100 free YMCA memberships for Lynn Middle School students. Tucker praised the YMCA for their commitment to youth development and public safety. Quote, "We know that far fewer young people become involved in the justice system when they have opportunities to participate in more structured activities with their peers and can access resources that facilities such as the Democus YMCA offer," end quote. In response, Kathleen Walsh, the YMCA of Metro North CEO, emphasized the importance of supporting students in their early teens. Quote, "Middle school years are a crucial time in our kids' lives. We want to make sure they have a safe space to go after school, a place where they can have fun in a positive environment with their peers," end quote. Several members of the YMCA participated in the presentation as well, stating how the Y is a place for them to come after school with their friends in a safe, caring environment. Easter is this weekend, and celebrations are ramping up. The Cultural Latina Dance Academy held their annual Easter egg hunt last Saturday the 12th. They did not let the soggy weather deter them. Instead, kids enjoyed pictures with the Easter Bunny, treats, and the hunt inside.
Hi, I'm Yaya Rodriguez, founder and director of Cultura Latina Dance Academy. We are located at 25 Exchange Street. We are a nonprofit dance organization that teaches children about heritage, culture, and dance. Today we're working on our Easter egg hunt. Today's event, normally we do it at the Lynn Museum courtyard and garden. And because of the weather, we had to move it inside, and we have to limit it a lot, but it seems like the kids are having a great time, and they're enjoying, even with the changes we had to make because of the weather. Yeah, so I think it is our 4th or 5th year. This is our first year that we were very happy to have the Easter Bunny join us. Every year we have our face painter. Normally we have the bubble making person, but obviously because it's not outside, we had to. And we have treats and games and all kind of activities that we can for our kids. Hoy estamos aquí, estamos haciendo nuestra actividad anual de búsqueda de huevitos por Pascua. Es una actividad que la hacemos todos los años, tenemos aproximadamente haciéndola 4 o 5 años y es una actividad abierta para nuestro público. Estamos muy contentos de que nuestros niños de nuestra comunidad y de la comunidad de afuera de la academia nos están acompañando. Y este año estamos teniendo el Easter Bunny, el conejito de Pascua, que nos vino a acompañar. Siempre tenemos pintacaritas, una persona que hace bubbles, juegos, actividades y muchos rifas y muchos juegos para los niños. Ojalá y nos acompañen en otras actividades y nos vemos pronto. Gracias. We do it every year. And we're very excited to have many of our own families, but as well as families from the community. We're excited to be here, and we hope to see you join us next year.
City Hall kept up the holiday spirit, hosting the Easter Bunny for several days this past week. LCTV was on site the afternoon of the 16th to capture kids getting their picture taken and collecting treats. On Wednesday, April 16th, children and adults alike got the chance to take pictures with the Easter Bunny at City Hall. Sponsored by the Lynn Parks and Recreation Department, this is the second year they have hosted this event, following the success of its inaugural year in 2024. This year, they also had a new colorful addition in the form of a large rainbow egg. Families could take pictures with the Easter Bunny, the egg, or both. All those who got their picture taken could also grab a treat to take home, whether that was an egg or a piece of candy. This free, family-friendly event is one of several ways that Lynn is making City Hall more accessible for all their residents, from children to seniors. While some were a bit unsure at first, this was an afternoon of smiles and happiness for all involved. For LCTV News, I'm Danny Vittori. The MBTA announced a temporary schedule adjustment to the Lynn Ferry service, beginning April 16th and running through the 29th, in response to federal environmental protections and the implementation of a right whale dynamic management area in Broad Sound. Right whales have recently been spotted in Broad Sound, which is also the main transit route for the Lynn Ferry. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has issued guidelines for all vessels in Broad Sound to reduce speeds to 10 knots to protect the critically endangered species. One of the leading causes of right whale deaths is vehicle collisions, and slowdowns greatly reduce the chance of lethal collisions. While this is technically a voluntary suggestion, the MBTA and Boston Harbor City Cruises have agreed to fully comply. Therefore, ferry trips will now take approximately 90 minutes, an increase from the typical 40-minute timeline. For a complete updated schedule, visit lyntv.org. Immigration justice and work-centered organizations from across the state have banded together to form the LUCE Immigration Justice Network of Massachusetts in response to the Trump administration's targeting of the immigrant community. The LUCE network organizes grassroots action, information, and mutual aid to keep all communities safe and is open to all refugees, asylum seekers, mixed-status families, and undocumented immigrants. They have launched a hotline with trained volunteers who speak English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Haitian Creole, available during normal business hours. Once a call is verified by LUCE, they will dispatch a team to provide mental, emotional, and practical resources. All calls are free and confidential and can make connections to legal clinics and grassroots community resources, supporting the organization's broader initiative, fighting for the collective liberation of all. The Lynn Senior Center celebrated their 3rd anniversary with a pizza party and visit from the Easter Bunny the afternoon of the 17th. It was a packed house for this significant milestone.
excited to be able to share the 3rd anniversary of Lynn Senior Center opening at 37 French Street.
On April 17th, the Lynn Senior Center celebrated its 3rd anniversary with a morning of activities for all. First, there was a raffle to benefit the Friends of the Senior Center, before hearing from staff and the mayor.
And I'm also very appreciative of all the support that has come to the Senior Center. That is City Hall, that is volunteers, that's the decor group, that is everybody who puts their heart and soul into making Lynn Senior Center a great place.
We want to be a community that takes care of everybody, and we know how important it is for us to take care of folks who have given so much to our community over the years. And it matters for you, but I think the entire city carries that goal with them to be a kind place, to be a supportive place, to be a place that is there for everybody. And you guys are really leading the way on how to do that, and we really appreciate it.
After Mayor Nicholson finished, there was a visit from the Easter Bunny, who brought eggs filled with goodies and stuck around to take photos. And staff put together a slideshow of photos from the last 3 years.
It is such an incredible honor and privilege to be able to say, happy 3rd anniversary, Lynn Senior Center.
Lynn English and Lynn Tech squared off in baseball and softball, with the Bulldogs the victor in both. A baseball battle resulted in a 6-1 victory for the Bulldogs. Tech has a young team with 4 starting freshmen, and English took advantage. Softball was an entirely different story, as the Bulldogs blew by the Tigers 17-2. A 12-run 4th inning proved to be the difference for English, supported by a 7-strikeout performance by Kate Johansson. The Bulldogs stalled against Everett, falling 10-4. However, English kept their momentum going in baseball, beating Everett by double digits 11-1 on the 14th. With the game tied 1-1, English exploded for a 5-run 3rd and never looked back. Aggressive base running was the difference, as the Bulldogs stretched hits that probably should have only been singles into RBI doubles. Then for the game of the week, English vs. Classical. The Rams had this one in hand very quickly, beating the Bulldogs by a score of 14-3. It was 2-1 through 1, but Classical broke the game wide open, thanks to a bases-loaded triple by Mark Walsh. This advantage only increased, and by the end of 4, it was 12-1 Rams. Christian Figueroa earned the win, going 4 2/3 innings, allowing just 3 hits, no walks, and striking out 7. While a young Tigers team continues to struggle, despite showing spurts of offensive power, they were outshot by Neshoba Tech 14-8 on the 15th. While St. Mary's continues to roll, picking up their 5th and 6th wins. Josh Donnie registered a 3-hit, 4-strikeout performance in the Spartans' 4-2 win over Bishop Feion on the 14th. Cam McGonigal and Kyle Donnie each registered a hit and an RBI, boosting St. Mary's to victory. Followed by a double-digit 10-0 shutout over Cardinal Spellman on the 16th. This time it was McGonigal and Shea Newhall combining for the shutout to support multi-hit games by 4 Spartans. Spartan softball was a different story, as they dropped a 14-8 shootout with Bishop Feion. The Shamrocks scored 6 runs by the end of 2 innings. St. Mary's did battle back, scoring 6 of their own in the 6th, but it was not enough. Rams softball has been red hot. The Rams scored 11 runs in the bottom of the 1st and tacked on 6 in the later innings. Emma Cavalier contributed 4 of these runs with a grand slam in the 1st. Freshman Mia Duncan also recorded her first varsity RBI and scored 2 runs in a 17-3 final over Malden Catholic. The Swampscott Big Blue halted this momentum, besting Classical 8-6 on the 15th. The Rams tied the game at 6 apiece in a 2-out, 2-run homer in the 6th, but Swampscott responded with another 2 of their own. while Tech Volleyball secured their 5th and 6th wins of the season, sweeping Pioneer Charter in straight sets and beating Lowell Catholic 3-1. Versus Pioneer Charter, the first two were decided by a total of 5 points, but the Tigers pulled away to win the final set 25-13. Elmer Duran was everywhere, registering 21 assists, 7 digs, 2 aces, and 2 kills, while Didlar Jaquise Jr. recorded 11 kills, 5 aces, 4 digs, and 2 blocks. 4 other Tech players combined for an additional 14 digs and 10 kills. Against Lowell, they won the first, second, and fourth sets by a total of 10 points, once again led by Duran. Another Classical versus English matchup and another Rams victory. Classical won in straight sets behind Long Fam's 17 digs and 32 service receptions, upping their overall record to 4-2. It's another roller coaster year for the Red Sox. After dropping 2 of 3 to the White Sox and losing 16-1 to the Tampa Bay Rays, the Sox got back on track with a 7-2 and 1-0 victory over the Rays. On the 15th, Trevor Story extended his hit streak to 6 games, while Alex Bregman put on a show, registering 5 hits, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. On the 16th, it was David Hamilton who scored the lone run of the game with a homer in the 3rd. From there, the bullpen recorded 4 2/3 scoreless innings, striking out 9 Tampa Bay players. While the Celtics finished the regular season at 61-21, eclipsing the 60-win mark for the 2nd year in a row. Boston is the 2nd-seeded team in the East, and they will begin their quest for a 19th banner in the first round of playoffs versus the Orlando Magic, beginning this Sunday, the 20th. The Shoe City Series is back for 2025, and there is still time to participate in the 3 remaining races. Several of the race coordinators came on the Lowdown to discuss their causes and reasons for combining them into a larger citywide event. Running from March through November, hear more details from them. Good afternoon and welcome back to Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we welcome on 3 guests to talk about the 2025 Shoe City Series. Thanks all for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Great, so we'll just run down the line. We'll start with you first, John. Just introduce yourself and the race that you're running.
I'm John Hogan. I do the Stop the Violence Thanksgiving Day Turkey Trot, which has been a tradition for years, and this is our 3rd year taking it over.
Great.
Dan Dulong, Lynn Fire Department. I'm the race coordinator for the Lynn Fire and Police Family Day and Lynn Woods.
Great.
And I'm Richard Wall. I'm the race director for the Hibernian 5K, which we just ran yesterday. And we survived today, so I'm glad to be here.
There you go. You did it. You made it. Now, I'll start off with the first question of all these races, they did exist before, but now them plus one more, Clock to the Rock, make the 4. What brought you to the decision to really combine these into one larger event?
So 2 years ago, my event, the Family Day, we were holding it in September, and due to weather, we had to cancel it. And I was invited by the Clock to the Rock representative, Chris Pierce, to come down and sell some T-shirts that we had for a breast cancer fundraiser. When I went down to their race, I got to talking to them about how the Chamber of Commerce and all the businesses, I always thought it would be nice to have all these races come together as individual races, but brought together under one thing so that we could get the citizens, the people, to the different parts of the city. Dick's race is run in West Lynn, my race is run in Lynn Woods, John's is out of Wyoming Square, and the Clock to the Rock is in downtown Lynn. And we thought that, you get all aspects of the city, so if we can get the interest that was already there, we thought it'd be beneficial for everyone.
And then you just mentioned, Richard, your race was yesterday, the Hibernian race. How did that go? How many participants were there?
It went well. We had some late registrations that day, but we ended up with about 342 registered for the race and everything. So it was a good day. We had a full house. It was an all-day event too. So it's, but the winning time was like 17 minutes and 40 seconds. So it's like that's quick. So, but these are people that run marathons, so this is like a walk around the park for them. But it was, weather-wise, it was okay, a little windy, but at least it didn't rain or snow.
Sure.
So that's the one thing, you can prepare all you want, but you cannot guarantee the weather, so we lucked out. So.
And all the different races, they all have different causes or different things that they, raise money for, support. What is your race for?
The Hibernians, a good portion of it goes towards our scholarship funds.
Oh, great.
We have 4 college scholarship and 1 private high school scholarship. Mm-hmm. And then the rest that goes to the ladies' Ancient Order of Hibernians and the men Ancient Order of Hibernians we use for the local churches and helping them out. We're an Irish Catholic organization, so we help out our local churches too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anything, again, the community, it's, we're giving back to the community. That's a fun day for most people.
It's a fun day, like you said, they all finished.
Yes,
That's always the
yeah.
accomplishment with any of these races.
Yep.
They finished, they got across the line.
That's it. That's the key right there, yeah.
Wait, and then Dan, your race would be up next, yours in the summer.
Yep. Any and all proceeds that we are able to get from Family Day are divided between the Lynn Fires Local 739 and the Lynn Police 302 to go into the charitable donations account for each one of those unions. And all of that money goes back into the community through sponsorships and donations. So it's pretty good.
Fantastic. And then what is the exact date of your race?
This year it's going to be Saturday, May the 31st. So we're going to have the event open up at 9. Kids can come down. People can register to run. Online registration will be open this week. The race is at 11 o'clock, and we do it to about 2:30. Bouncy houses and all different sorts of activities. Every year we try to add something new. The police get to bring down their ice cream truck, and we get to bring a trailer for the kids to go through and do searches and stuff.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah.
And to see all the trucks. They always seem very into that.
Yeah.
And then, John, yours is in November. You're probably the only one who might have to worry about snow in terms of weather.
Yeah,
but you never know.
I've been having kids participate in a turkey trot for over 12 years as a coach at Lynn Tech and running night through the cross country. So it was pretty easy. They asked me to take it over at the time. And yeah, we ran in cold rain, and we always pray for good weather, just as a lot of people do our race and they do the football game after. So from there, but we do our scholarship. We do 10 scholarships, 2 from each Lynn High School. Started off doing this because of I coach, and we do the Lynn All City track. So through that, we said, okay, let's do this through the Stop the Violence. So giving up the 10 scholarships, it just makes it easy to give to back to the community with the Stop the Violence turkey trot.
And they all contribute to, I said, fantastic organizations, fantastic causes, and as an added bonus for anyone who runs, you get the medals, and at the end they all combine to make one kind of big one, sort of like what you have behind you.
Yes. We'll have the new ones coming out hopefully this week.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And I know your race was just happened, but for the ones that are upcoming, how do people register? How much does it cost to register? How does that work?
So initially for the register, if you wanted to register for the entire series all at once, you would register prior to Dick's race. We do a discounted offer for the price there. So it's $30 per race if you signed up previous. It's $35 per race after that. Students also get a discount. So that price is actually negotiable for the different races for the student price. Going forth, if you go to the Shoe City Series Facebook page, you will see live links to the other races. So mine, the Clock to the Rock race in September, and then John's race in November. So that gets, I do try to do a pretty good job keeping up to date on that, answering any questions and sending links and information as we get it.
And you don't have to live in Lynn to run, do you? You can work here, just know it.
I had people from New Hampshire come in. I had people from south of Boston come up. People that are originally from here and stuff, but they know it's going to be a fun event and everything, and they love doing it. So they came into town for the weekend to do that.
I feel my race is pretty good because a lot of families come out. We do have a large participation from Lynn because of Thanksgiving morning, and people come in to visit families, and they all come out and run or walk together, and I think that just makes it a little bit better with the more families. And a lot of Lynn people do the Lynn Thanksgiving Day race.
It does. It makes it more fun. It makes it cool.
Yeah.
And as for, if you have younger, like students or younger kids and adults, do they all run together, or do you do it do you separate by age at all?
So
The individual medals, everyone gives different age group medals.
Okay.
So my particular race, I do a 12 and under, 16 under, 18 and under, because I gear it towards one of the families, and then a little by 10 years going up to age 60.
Nice.
We do a separate children's race for Family Day, just it's a 1.5 miles. It follows the same course that is set up for the Wednesday races that are up there throughout the summer. Joe Avalon and Bill Mullen set it up for us. So we do have 2 races, but it's the 5K that is part of the Shoe City Series. The other one's just for little kids to go out and have fun.
Yeah. And you said all the ages for you, it's the same as John. They all run together.
Right. We had kids at 7 years old to, I think, 76. We had 2 gentlemen at the age of 76 that ran, so.
Okay, so you really cover the spectrum of all ages, right?
Yeah.
My 8-year-old daughter ran with me yesterday, so she had a lot of fun.
My 11-year-old son ran his third 5K.
Oh, congrats,
So it
that's
all
awesome.
Makes a difference.
Yeah, and I will ask, you've been all doing these for several years now. Do you have anything, like what's sort of, I guess, your favorite part of being able to do these community races?
I'd say just seeing everybody have a great time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know what's going on, what did or didn't work, but the feedback from a lot of people that are attending, they're very appreciative. They thank us. They're looking forward to next year already. And, that to me is a sign of success. We pulled it off. So, and again, like I said, the only thing we have no control over is the weather. So, unfortunately, for the Clock to the Rock last year, it was pouring out that day.
I do remember that, yeah. That always makes it more exciting.
Oh, yeah.
I also feel like the camaraderie of the North Shore is a really big running community.
Yeah.
And I think just seeing some of the people come together, they see each other at races, but sometimes they'll all pick one doll, hang out at, and you see groups. Saw the Lynn Tech cheerleaders at his race, and then you'll see all the cross-country teams and stuff getting ready, or have just been in the season at his race. So it's just a running community and people coming together who know each other, and then they get to talk here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love hearing all the different perspectives on how each race went and what their favorite parts were. And when you're running in the woods, if people aren't used to running in the woods, or if they've never been up there, and you just hear that portion of it, and it kind of makes it a little bit more fun to see how they felt about it compared to what you think it's going to be.
Yeah, it does. And I said, they all gone smoothly. Clearly, this is their second time doing this Shoe City series, so it's very popular.
So far, out of all the runners that Dick had, we ended up having well over 60 participants that said they wanted to do it. And then after the race, we got a lot of people that say, you know what, I wasn't sure before, but I have one down, let's go forth. And we say, hey, see you May 31st.
Yes, there are 3.
And just by getting the word out, people can, obviously they want the medal, but then just seeing the same people race a race. But you need, like I said, each race gives individual medals. So it just, his race is big. Hopefully his will be just as big and mine will be big. But people going from race to race, I think that just makes the series what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's wicked cool that you're literally connecting all the different parts of the city through it. And I said, I'm excited to see it again this year, because I do have to wrap up in a moment. But was there anything else I hadn't touched upon that you wanted to make sure you mentioned?
Well, it's like I said, the Shoe City series, we feed off each other. We help each other. These guys were here yesterday helping me out. Chris Pierce was there too. Great help and everything. I'll be at their races helping them out. I'll be away for you. Sorry. I'll apologize now. But it's, we help each other out, and it is a series. It's a community series. Yep. And a lot of the same runners, and it makes it interesting and fun for all of them too. That's what we try and make it as much fun as an accomplishment for everybody.
Yeah. I would just also like to say is we all have individual sponsors. It's not just the runners that help us out. It's a lot of big sponsors that come in and help. Different people from the area, businesses. I think that's one of the hardest things to do is get the sponsors sometimes, but we also appreciate all our sponsors.
Yep.
I know. And your race was a great success, and I'm really excited to see yours coming up the next 3. And I just want to thank you again so much for really coming on to spread the word about this awesome event.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely like to come back and tell us about our success from this year, maybe next year.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Should we register you now for the other races?
I gotta find my running shoes, oh boy.
Just get a small camera and run with the camera. Go
There we
close.
go.
Yeah.
You can interview people on the trails.
There you go, from that perspective. Well, again, awesome. Thank you both, or all, so much for coming on. And once again, I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests. Head down to 66 Sanderson Ave, Kiley Park, from 4 to 5 p.m. for the 4th annual Ward 3 Neighborhood Egg Hunt on the 20th. This event is sponsored by Ward 3 Councilor Coco Allensug, and everyone is welcome to attend. Bring your family and friends to collect some of the many prizes that will be available. After a brief holiday break, Messy Mondays will be back on Monday, April 21st. Taking place at 10:45 a.m. at the Lynn YMCA, this program is free for families in Lynn, Nahant, and Saugus for children aged 0 to 6. Come enjoy a fun morning where your child can play and meet others their own age. Lynn Public Schools' Coordinated Family and Community Engagement Program is funded by a CFCE grant awarded by the Department of Early Education and Care. Then celebrate in style at the Khmer Center's 2025 Khmer New Year Festival, running from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. April 26th, and taking up most of the Lynn Common. This festival gets bigger every year. There will be cultural performances, food and shopping vendors, live music, raffles, games, and much more. This event is free, family-friendly, and open to everyone in the community. That completes our segment for the week, full of variety and ways people are working to make Lynn and the surrounding area better for all. As always, stay informed in real time by following @Lynn Community TV on social media. For press releases, our videos on demand, and complete community calendar, head to lyntv.org. If you prefer staff content and PSAs, then Lynn Community Television on YouTube is the best place for you. I'm Danny Vittori, this is LCTV News, and we will see you next week.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Leo Inc., Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.